Solidarity, comrades. Today I wanted to make a video regarding the anti-government protests in Iran that have been all over the bourgeois media. But if you look at non-bourgeois media, that's probably your best bet when it comes to analyzing the situation in a socialist, anti-imperialist manner, based on dialectical materialism, the basis of all of our revolutionary ideology. So in this early stage, you have Western first worldists like Trotskyists, leftcoms, anarchists, libertarian socialists that are supporting the rebellion against the Islamic Republic of Iran. And, well, this, frankly, is a complete disregard for the dialectical method of Marxism, and it is a terrible analysis of the situation because it lacks fundamental dialectical materialist analysis, which is essential in understanding the struggle of anti-imperialism and smashing the Western capitalist imperialist hegemony over the world. So, Iran is a country that does not take any guff from the West. They do things their own way. They trade with, they say, fuck you, United States, you're going to put sanctions on us. We're going to trade with countries that have much less of an imperialist stranglehold on our country, such as the People's Republic of China, Laos, Vietnam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that they trade with the DPRK, Russia, and other countries that are not under the direct thumb of Western imperialist hegemony. Now, we're not going into the analysis whether or not certain states that I mentioned, like Russia and China and things like that, being... Oh, we're going to ignore those points. The fact of the matter is that there is an imperialist assault on the Islamic Republic. Now, early showings outside of bourgeois media shows that there are much more pro-government rallies supporting the anti-imperialist Islamic Republic of Iran. And the rebels started off with some economic woes, and it transformed very quickly within the next couple of days. And but starting off as the unhappiness with the private Rouhani has privatized much of the state industry of Iran, and that has caused major backlash, as we know. Anytime any sort of economic policy like that is implemented, that the Iranian people aren't all about that. This current president or prime minister, president, leader below the supreme leader is pushing towards privatization, and that's always going to have a resistance amongst a country that is very united with its state and very patriotic in their anti-imperialist national liberation struggle. And if and then as soon as these protests starts, which are much smaller than the pro-government protests, you have all the Western imperialists supporting this. And it, frankly, is a number one sign that we should support the Islamic Republic of Iran, and we should support the anti-imperialist agenda of that country, because Lenin wrote the highest form of capitalism is imperialism. The primary contradiction to socialism is capitalism. And since the highest form of capitalism is imperialism, we must first, this is the primary contradiction to building socialism. So first we must crush the imperialists across the country, and any struggle that is anti-imperialist. We as communists and Marxists should show our solidarity, whether it be through arms, propaganda. Do what you can, but we must spread the word that this is an imperialist attack on a sovereign nation, and that it is absolutely abhorrent. And in the past couple of days, there has been reports of foreigners, French operatives, I found within Iran, riling up anti-government protesters by inciting violence using firearms. Now, if this doesn't sound like an imperialist invasion attack to you, then you don't understand imperialism. But the point of the matter is that we should show our solidarity with all anti-imperialist forces, so we can smash the primary contradiction to building socialism and eventually building the socialist state and eventually withering away to a communist society. That's about the end of my video. I wanted to give a comment on Iran, and I could be proven wrong later that these opposition forces ignored the Western interference and decided to hold a Marxist, Leninist revolution in Iran, but frankly, that's not the case. It's not going to happen. It is a purely imperialist endeavor, and we should, as Marxist, communists, and anti-imperialists, support the Iranian government against these Western-backed protests. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Solidarity, comrades.